Fuck, I love Just Dance's elevator fucking lobby music. I love motherfuckers. And good motherfucking morning. Happy Monday. It's December 4th, 2023. That means we have 7 days till I achieve level 37. Oh, man. 7 days till 37. These are my last 6 days at 36. Oh. But it is I was about to say 8:30, but it's actually 8:46, so it's about a quarter till 9 a.m. Good morning from me to you, but good afternoon and good evening too. Back again with some deliciously moist content. Get a little calisthenics with Kottontale, some stretching, some moving. We walked our daughter to school, and then of course back home, and then we'll go walk to pick her up. So we will only be doing 15 to 20 minutes of some gents dancery, but we're gonna make sure to really stretch, because I actually kind of didn't end up stretching as much as I probably should have yesterday. Yeah, but you know, it's a huge reason why we come to Club Kottontale, because it helps keep me accountable. Oh man, so today feels like an interesting day. I didn't sleep very good. Rainbow didn't want to go to bed last night, and then this morning she kept wanting to sort of talk back. But she listened. She kept doing the things that she needed to do. You know, brush her teeth, get dressed, so on and so forth. Just had an air of attitude. Like, I asked her what she wanted for breakfast, and then she couldn't find the granola bars, so I went and got the granola bars for her. And she goes, "You can see I'm eating a cheese." And I'm just like, did my 5-year-old just give me that amount of sass? Like, that's teenage sass. Like, what the hell is going on? So I'm glad to be here by myself. We're gonna get our fucking calisthenic on. We're gonna be really good. You know, consistency, accountability is key. Using my self-love to keep us going. I added someone into my emoji slot. They're not necessarily responding, like my best dude or my Nest friend does. It's sort of the similar nature as I tried to establish it with my sister wolf. But with this particular person, it's just a reminder of, like, I'm here, you know what I mean? Like, you're never alone. And then also, I sent them a little reminder to stretch, because they're trying to get back into a more consistent, like, fitness. So, oh man, like a few times I've shared our calisthenics with Kottontale. Just like, hey, this is what I'm doing. You can do it too. I always notice, like, there's always just one person that pops in. Usually it's before me. Like, but then they're never here as soon as I, like, sometimes they are, I guess. But I don't know why I'm always surprised by a lurky behavior. I mean, after all, Club Kottontale pretty much is just a bunch of loikers. Lurkers, twerkers, people watching incognitally. People, yeah, they came, they left a thumb, and then they dip set it out. They came, they thumbed, they paced out. Get my disclaimers up. Of course, always starting with Club Kottontale. Simply as put, hello motherfuckers, and welcome to my Club of Kottontales, a place for me to be 100% me, while helping myself mentally and physically. Today feels, you know, definitely difficult. We didn't get any face-to-face interaction this week, other than with, like, Landlord, and then the Voldemort. Had to see him yesterday, and it just, like, he affects me. I wish that, you know, I definitely look forward to the day that he doesn't hold so much over me, but PTSD is a is wild. But anywhoosies, I literally woke up screaming a couple times. I didn't wake up punching my pillow, so I take that as a win. But I literally just got dizzy a moment ago, so we definitely need to just medicate, take a couple deep breaths, put some music on, or like smosh Reddit reads, finish it anyways. I'm almost done with the current episode I'm watching. Let's get our 420 command up. So, if you didn't know, this beautiful Mooiisstt Motherfucker you're watching right now has existed for 7+ years. And within this time, I have always been, and always will be, 420 friendly and 21 plus. I make content for myself. I'm 36, almost 37. Literally this time, it's Monday. Next Monday is my birthday. Woo woo! It's exciting. But also, like, holy shit, because this week is like the last normal week, and then it kind of gets into some weirdness. So this week, I take my daughter to school Monday through Wednesday, pick her up Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, her alley mom picks her up, and then she takes her to school Thursday and Friday, and obviously picks her up. And then she'll come home on Sunday, but she won't get picked up until the Friday after school. So I'll walk her to school Monday through Friday next week, and then they will pick her up Friday, and then keep her... I have to look at the fucking calendar. They'll pick her up on the Friday and have her until the 20th. The afternoon of the 20th. And then I will have her the 21st, 27th, 23rd, and the 24th she'll get picked up and go to her dad's and be there until the 28th. And then she'll come back home, and then she'll, like, that will be the last little bit of her winter break. And then the following Wednesday, which January 4th, she'll go back to school. I'll take her to school. Her alley mom and dad will pick her up, and that will sort of like put in the normal routine that we do. But yeah, fucking this week is pretty much the last normal week. Next week is just wild. Like, it's my birthday week for one. Yeah, I'm excited because next week, Monday's my birthday. I'm going to be seeing a movie with Allie, Mom, and maybe Rainbow, unless she can't listen and behave. And then Saturday the 16th, so next Saturday, not this upcoming Saturday is the 9th, but next Saturday is the 16th, and that is going to be my photo shoot. Super fucking excited for that. Yeah, I am very much going to enjoy this weekend, and hopefully the universe has some face-to-face social interaction for me, because that truly helped me get through, like, when I have actual meaningful face-to-face interactions, having to see Voldemort on the Sunday doesn't hurt as much. My brain is just, it's screaming right now. Like, just absolutely screaming. Oh, man. So, let's put some flexing love, blowing out some smoke. I'm not going to worry about spreading the moist content. But yeah, I'm a random content creator. When we do calisthenics with Kottontale, there is a little bit of structure to it, because at a certain point, we will, do the just dance, put it in sweat mode, burn 100 calories, or do a 15 to 20 minutes sesh, whatever comes first, or sometimes I do both, sometimes I do a little bit more. Doesn't have any tissue in the bottom of it, so if I spat in the garbage, it would just hit the brown paper bag, and I'm not trying to have a little sweat moisture or the bag fucking disintegrate underneath it. That could fucking happen. Anyways, soon this one will go on the bottom, and then I'll be able to spit on that. Oh man, I do. I hope we have, especially because next week is going to be so crazy busy, and like next Saturday I already have plans. That's midday plans, so I could still end up doing something that Saturday. Yeah, cause I mean wow, I won't have Thursday, Friday to myself, but I'll have the end of Friday to myself, and then I'll have all of Sunday, or all of Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday to myself. And a portion of the 20th. Yeah, it's just gonna be kind of interesting. Definitely, you know, okay, Bluebell, I got you. We need to just talk. I need to stop talking. There's too many thoughts in my head, and I don't have the coherency right now in my brain to convey it. My brain is just hurting. We do the next best thing, the thing that we know is right, is what I want to say. So, every day but Sunday, we will be here. Either 15 to 20 minutes, or 30 minutes to 45, if it's a day that we're not walking outside of the cave. Goddamn anxiety attack because I didn't listen to my body. I got off work early today, and after getting home, my fiance asked if we could go get some paperwork. Courthouse wedding we planned to have in a month or two. We hopped in the car with a form we printed off the county website and drove to the closest UPS. The notary checked our IDs and had us sign, and then she signed, notarized the form, and said congratulations. Cool. Now all we have to do is go to the courthouse on the day of our choosing to be wed. My fiance called the courthouse afterwards, double-checking to see if we needed to bring anything else, and after calling me, her boyfriend, the lady on the phone, corrected her by saying, husband. She then told my fiance our state no longer requires a ceremony with the judge at the courthouse. That form is literally the marriage certificate, and she is now married. Oops, we had a honeymoon picnic at a park near a lake. That's adorable. You want some steak? Some comments. As a former notary / UPS store employee, this would have made my week. Assuming you guys are nice, that is. Well, here's what. I like to think we are. We're now wondering how many other couples have been married in that store. Someone said, congrats. Ask UPS for the surveillance footage so you can share your... Oh, that's adorable. And the man, he needs to come back for the real wedding and be the officiant. Yeah. Oh, yes. UPS lady, I ship it. My wife and I also got married at the UPS store on purpose. Congratulations. Someone said, just wait until Amazon delivers the kids. What the fuck? Someone said, hi friend, congratulations on your wedding. May you have many wonderful years together. I'd like to make a suggestion. Today, our memories are fresh. Write each other a lovely note to give to the other at some point in the future when things are hard. I don't mind you both why you love each other so much. Take care, and again, congratulations. Hope yours wanted an excellent suggestion. We'll definitely do that. Thank you. Good thing it was UPS and not bed. Well, that's it. Now we got, now we're done. Now, how do we feel? How was that? That was a short episode. Some episodes I end up and I'm like, yeah, that was me. A lot of people not communicating everything they need to. It's always that. Well, not always.
for the live show this Friday. It's going to be insane. It's truly like probably the coolest thing we've ever put so much effort into something like this.
Yeah.
That's so exciting. I know, man.
Yeah.
It's like our first big dance. Yeah. This is our first event.
It's bigger than Anthony coming back.
I know. Frankly, that's old news.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna kill it. Yeah. With jokes. So we'll see you there, and we'll also see you next Saturday. Bye.
Bye.
Alright. Let's see. Smosh Reddit reads. I know. Send it. Do it this way. Ooh, actually, yeah. Decided to move on to Girls Next Level. It's my favorite podcast. I was obsessed with the Girls Next Door show back in the day, and I am just obsessed with the podcast. And this one's exciting. Kendra's brother speaks. Oh, it's exciting. They have Colin going on the show. That's exciting. They had Marston Hefner on, and that was fucking awesome too. Marston Hefner is the oldest of Hugh Hefner's youngest children, because he has a much older daughter. I believe he only had the one daughter from that marriage. So yeah, I think he only has 3 children, but he might have 4. It's a Google search away.
And this is Girls Next Level. Welcome back to Girls Next Level, everybody. We have a very special guest with us today. We have Colin Wilkinson, who you know from one of the episodes, most recently the San Diego episode we just covered, and we're so excited to catch up with you, Colin, because we haven't seen you since back in the day. San Diego episode we just covered, and very special guest with us today. We have Colin Wilkinson, who you know from a ton of episodes, most recently the San Diego episode we just covered, and we're so excited to catch up with you, Colin, because we haven't seen you since back in the day.
It's been a minute. Sure. It's good seeing you guys though.
You too.
I saw you a couple of times after filming. We did like a autograph thing, did like a couple of things, but like it's still been probably like 10 years.
Oh yeah, it's been a while. I think Holly, I ran into you in Vegas one time also.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a while though.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So how are you?
I'm okay, hanging in there. Still down here in San Diego. I've been down to Vegas for a few years, but now I'm back. There's nothing like San Diego in my opinion.
Some smoke,
The
letting you
California
know
red
this
weather
bitch is
really
token.
special.
Yes. It's just Girls Next Level. It feels fitting to have my bunny rabbit bitches.
I was by myself too, so like I felt lonely at times. So coming back with all my friends and family and stuff, that was important to me as well. That was my decision.
For sure. I was just gonna ask you, like, what was it about Vegas that makes you like San Diego? I mean, obviously you grew up in San Diego, and we just mentioned the weather is amazing, but like, was life really different in Vegas? Like,
Oh yeah. It's night and day. As Holly Vegas is just there's a lot of cold-hearted people out there. I mean, like obviously they're everywhere, but it was just something that I noticed in LA. Like, I mean, in Vegas, that it's just trying to make friends or even find a girlfriend or anything. It was just not good. That's what kind of drove me mad. Was just being by myself and not trusting anybody out there.
Yeah, everybody has a hustle.
Exactly. Yeah.
For sure. That's like LA too. You probably wouldn't be happy in LA either.
That's right. I feel like, being so close to like it's like the, I consider it the triangle, LA, San Diego, and Vegas. So if you're living out there, every weekend there's somebody who's in town too.
Yeah, and you're strictly to entertain.
Exactly. I don't want to go out every night. I burn myself out. Yep.
Totally. I know that happens to some of my friends in Vegas too. We get there and we're like, you gotta come out with us. And they're like, really?
Just went out last night, the night before.
What took you out to Vegas though? What made you go there?
There was a job offer. I got a job offer to help run a memorabilia store out there, autograph memorabilia store. So I was the assistant store manager at the Planet Hollywood location, and so I was in charge of like running the signings on it, and then also doing sales on a day-to-day basis.
That was where Pete Rose was always at, right?
No, that one was in the Mandalay Bay. Yeah, so that's another one.
Oh, crazy. For some reason, I always thought he was at Planet Hollywood.
I think he might have been at one of the stores that used to be in there, and so it was owned in Mandalay Bay.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, but I think he was at one point. Yep.
So what are you up to now?
So now I actually I have a great job. I work at Sony PlayStation.
Nice. Holy shit.
Oh, fun.
Yep. So I love it. I work on the video game MLB The Show.
Ah,
It's a baseball video game.
damn.
So I'm an associate producer on that game, and yeah, I love it.
Fuck, that's awesome. Go college.
Video games, but I mean, I don't sit there and play video games all day. It's a lot of other stuff, behind the scenes stuff. But at the end of the day, I work on a baseball video game. I love baseball. I love video games. So
yeah.
do it better.
That's like the dream.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. That's incredible. Okay.
My little bun is so cute.
Married, girlfriend, divorced. Just kidding. I don't think you're divorced.
No, I'm single. Yeah, I'm single.
Ooh.
I was dating a girl for a few years, and I'm still really good friends with her. But no, just living the single life. Up until a couple years ago, I was enjoying the single life, and it kind of hit me that like, alright, I'm getting a little old. Now it's time to, start thinking about other things. So I'm available.
Wait, how old are you now?
Oh God, I thought I just turned 35. Yeah.
Oh, you're young still. I have to think about it.
So I count on my phone.
I do that too. I don't.
Bro, he's I mean, almost 2 years younger than me.
I'm 28. Oh wait, well, I mean, I'm wait, what do you say that?
You want to say younger?
Yeah, and I really truly forget. It's not like I'm trying to lie about it, but I'm like, oh, wait a second. Let me think about that for a second.
That's right. That's right.
Well, we were just rewatching the San Diego episode of Girls Next Door.
Yeah, Bridget's like 48. She's almost 50. But she looks fucking phenomenal. Oh my gosh. She's always looked phenomenal. Oh my goodness.
That's why we reached out
Bridget
to see,
Marquardt.
what her perspective was. Plus, we've also been talking to people, and we have a few more interviews coming up. People who kind of, I don't want to say grew up in the, well, some of them did grow up in the mansion, like Marston, has son, but other people that have spent a lot of their childhood at the mansion, or in her case, like teen years and stuff. And we were kind of curious, like what that was like and how it affected you, and a million things like that. So we'll get into all of those questions too. But that's kind of what inspired us to reach out to you.
Definitely. Oh yeah, I remember that episode like it was yesterday.
Yeah. But I want to go back even further than that. Like when Kendra first started living at the mansion or coming up to the mansion, how did you first learn about that? Was it something they tried to keep from you because you were younger, or did you hear about it right away?
I heard about it pretty much right away. I think we were sitting at Dave and Buster's, and Kendra goes, what'd she say? I'm expecting a phone call from someone. We still were like, okay, well, that's cool, good for you. And then she goes, it's actually from you, Master. And then knowing who it was, I was like, yeah, okay. she obviously was like, whoa, what's he calling? At first she got a little like, what's he calling for? Like, what's happening? And then, Kendra explained it, and then they had a long talk that I was involved in. I was off to the side, but they had a long talk about it. She was just saying, let me go up there for a couple weekends first and just feel it out, make sure it's, not just this crazy thing. And then I think she invited her up there for the first time. It was just them two,
So,
and I think that's what she met him for the first time. And
hello, motherfuckers, and welcome to my club of Kottontales. Cheers to anyone that's lurking, twerking, watching incognitally. When I don't really have anything to talk about, or my brains are just like, as they were a moment ago, and I just need to get medicine in me, I'll put on a podcast or listen to some music if I'm feeling like it. I would like to have someone to chill and chat with me. I'm like intently staring at my chat as I'm using it as a sensor. But no one as of yet. We had someone pop in, leave an opinion, which thank you. I always appreciate any opinions. According to that, there's no one. According to this, there is. Like, it's technology. That's why I always just say, hello to everyone. Whether you're lurking, you're twerking, you're watching incognitally, you're watching this shit later on as posted content. Like, it's fucking Monday at 9:13 a.m. for me, but it could be Friday evening for you. You're fucking watching this later on. My analytics show. Like, I'm actually really thankful for, I don't have a lot of people to talk to in the comment section or even in my live contentery, but there's people who watch, and a good amount. I don't ever interact with them, you know what I mean? I see it in my analytics, though. I've never been in the red, ever. My channel's always been a consistent green. Maybe it's not what other people would want, because other people seem to think that you need to go, wah! You know what I mean? I'm okay with the, you know what I mean? Like, up is still up. And green is still green, like, and that's kind of the consensus. Like, green is good, red is bad. Some people view this as a bad, this is green, this is red. These are just opinions, and both help the algorithm of your channel. I personally think that a dick like helps it a bit more. Because I personally think that anytime someone dick likes a video, YouTube algorithm goes, okay, we need to share this to a different crowd of person. You know what I mean? This person didn't like this, so I'm going to show them something different. Some people view it as a negative. It's just an opinion. Someone decided to click your video twice. They clicked the video, and then they clicked a thumb. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate them. Them little clicks, I appreciate. You could literally be watching or listening to anything else. There is mass amountities of things to listen, watch, and do. I appreciate that anyone views mine. You know what I mean? This is just literally something I do to help myself in a variety of ways. Sometimes we come here to talk about exciting news and just, keep consistent with Just Dance. Other days like today, it's a little bit of all the above. My brains are really mushy because I had to see Voldemort this weekend. I also had to see my landlord, which he is and isn't a Voldemort. Like, he is to other people, and to me, like, I've had some nightmares and stuff. I don't know, it's just like a tumultuous situation. So, my only face-to-face interactions with other adults being with two Voldemorts, and then I did get to see Allie, which is always lovely, but she hasn't been feeling well, and she was also exhausted because Rainbow, she runs through us, man. Like, honestly, I'm more and more thankful every single day that she got two mommies. Like, she was never supposed to have two mommies, but damn it, I'm glad she does, because I could use a third mommy, for fuck's sake. Like, oh, dude, you can see I'm eating a cheese. I can't believe she said that shit to me. Like, that's just, that's why I just remind her, and did all the positive affirmations, because I'm the mom, you know what I mean, and it's just, It fucking sucks, and it's shitty that I have to reparent myself, but I'm glad I'm doing it. You know what I mean? I'm glad that I'm being mindful of my actions and the reactions, which is exactly what we're trying to teach Rainbow right now. So, man. Basically just have to unlearn a bunch of unhealthy habits, and then you have to relearn a bunch of new healthy ones. And I always, like, as a parent, you kind of do need some validation, man. Parenting is hard. And there's so many people that are like, why don't you have more? Why did you even have one? Like, bro, why is it because I chose to use my uterus to procreate? For some reason, people seem to think that it means they can give you any kind of opinion. You know what I mean? It's just wild to me. Like, people need to worry about themselves more. And that's what I do. You know, I focus on myself. I focus on my tribe. You know what I mean? The lovely Miss Kelly has tons of people checking on her on a daily basis. I don't know how many check on Jester. You know, I don't know if he's ever had that sort of bit, but I'm just going to be me, and they're a being I care about, and it honestly doesn't have much to do with the crush, because me having a crush on him just means that's just that I'm attracted to him. There's things that I like about him, but in all actuality, there's lots of things that logically I'm like, I wouldn't want to date this person. But me being a kind human being and a mental and physical health advocate, I want to encourage someone who might have one or both of those things to take care of themselves, to focus on themselves, you know, and remind them that you can have people that are there for you even if you don't respond, you know. And really, I got my best duder to talk to every day, which is so helpful for me. Like, and I can message my Nest friend anytime I want to message her, or vice versa. We'll do that, you know. But like, me and my best duder, we definitely talk the most. You know, he's one of the first people I think about as I wake up. He's one of the last people I think about when I fall asleep. You know, I definitely look forward to the day that, like, he's pushed down the totem pole. You know, it's not just my daughter and my best friends that I think about. I think about a new best friend, a romantic one. Because all relationships start from the bottom. Acquaintance, and then turns into acquaintance friendship, and then the fucking mass amount of different friendships you can have. And then when you get romance thrown in there, you know, the vast amount of different types of romantic relationships you can have. There's so many different types of relationships, and I have quite a few. They're just, I don't have... The only one that even has a semblance of romance is with my best duder. But I too much logically, I'm like, I can't. Like, it's a lot of it is distance, truthfully, and I told him that, you know. I was like, if you lived close, I would attempt and see, you know. And he didn't respond on that notion, but I already know his thoughts and feelings on it, because in the past he's asked me, like, why haven't we ever dated? That's like 15 years ago now. 13 years ago? Early 20s. We're in our mid to late 20s. My best duder just turned 36. I'm gonna be 37. Yes. But back when he asked me, I was like, well, one, we've never been single at the same time. And he's like, true. and then I was like, if we were, and he's like, well, what if we were? And I was like, well, I don't know, I don't see you like a brother, cause ew, you know, you're sexy. So I don't see you like that, but I definitely see you like your family. Like you're just someone who I get along with really well, and our dynamic is better as a friendship. And I've kind of always felt that, and I feel that now. You know what I mean? Especially with the distance so far. You know, if he was close by, I don't know if I'd like to think that the feelings might be different, but I might still have the same mindset of like, oh no, you know, now I can hang out with him and stuff like that, but I don't think I want to kiss him. You know what I mean? I really get a feeling that my prince and I have no past romantic connection. And me and my best duder, we have a past romantic connection. I've kissed him, we've snooed, you know what I mean? Like, he's in my journal type of thing. Like, that's a past romantic history. All of the people who are in that journal do not have a chance of future romance with me in any sort of way. My prince is either number 17 or 18, or, you know, I don't really know what number they're going to be, but it could be number 17, because you never know. It could end up I'm going to be disappointed if I end up, like, not having sexual chemistry with my prince, but I don't see that happening, because they wouldn't be my prince in that case, really, but in a prospect, I should say. I don't see that happening because I have no want or urge to have coitus quickly. You know, build the friendship, get to know each other, you know, always have flirty nature to it, because, you know, we're attracted and would like to get to know each other better in that way, but I don't want anything casual. But I also don't want to attempt to have a forever relationship with someone who we both can't, like, satisfy each other physically or intimacy-wise. Like, the snoo needs to smack. Oh my gosh. It's funny. My best duder said that he's like, well, it sounds like you want to be bottomed out. I'm like, ow! I'm like, that sounds painful. Especially because whenever you hear the term bottoming him out, it's always like fast paced to it, and my hip could never. I told him, I was like, I just want to sit on top and be filled. And he's like, okay, that's fair, you know. And the way I'm built, like, 7 ain't gonna fill me. Like, it would if I didn't have a full vulva. You know what I mean? Let me just put up my Cuntent command again. But, like, I was explaining to him, I actually think it was in a Club Kottontale meeting. Giggity. But, I was like, you know, the canal is 7, but the added lips is at least 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. So that's 9. You know what I mean? And that's why I like being on top, because it will, you know, like, it's a more comfortable thing. So, like, that's why I say 8 is ideal. Like, I would totally go for something bigger, because mama, the thought of that sounds amazing. But, like, ideally, 8, 8.5. Yes. That would be just with girth. It can't be. He laughed. He's like, well, girth is important. And I was like, yes and no. And he's like, well, just imagine a really skinny one. I was like, well, obviously. And I can imagine. I've seen them. They exist. And I want nothing to do with them. No. I've had girthy and average. But I've had girthy and not average. I just prefer the girthy and not average. 'Tis a preference. But bottoming it out, no. Everything about that sounds painful. Just, like, painful. Like, man, there will be spicy roughness to my coitus, but that will usually be in, like, bites and maybe scratches. You know, spanks done in a way that it's like, it's more of a sting slap and not like a full flourish, like, bah! You know, you smack me like that, I'm gonna punch you, because you're gonna, like, fuck up my hip, man. Like, nah. My hip's already fucked. But, like, coitus has always got to be in a way that's most comfortable for my hip. Yeah. It was funny the way he was mentioning it, because, like, I just know what I like, you know what I mean? And I'm not willing to sacrifice it again. Like, I wasn't dissing people who are, you know, average or just above average, because he's like, you want someone who's above average, because the average is 5. And I'm like, I know. But I've been very blessed in my lifetime that I've only experienced maybe 1 or 2 people who had the actual average, and I've like, maybe my number 1, Baby Dick, maybe he was under average, but I'm pretty sure he was average. But, I mean, you take 5 inches, and the fact that I have 9 inches of pleasure canal, like, I'm not, you know what I mean? I know what I like. Yep. And then you got it medically about it, and that was intriguing. Like, having that much blood rush to an appendage. And he used 10 as an example, but I was like, I've never been with someone who was 10, and the one person who was, they wouldn't allow themselves to get fully hard. Maybe that was the reason. I don't fucking know. They never told me, But, like, I've had 8.5 with girth that it would stand at attention for an hour, and the person didn't pass out. But I'll be more mindful of it, offer them a cookie, maybe some juice after some coitus. But I don't know. It just, it almost felt like he was offended for the male, like, for everyone that had testicles and a phallus. And it meant no disrespect, like, whatsoever. I just know what I like. And I've had many years of selfish coitus lovers and unsatisfying experiences. Best Duder was definitely not one of them. His was one of the good ones. Man, he's a sexy little brown morsel. I don't know. I even told him I had tried one time. I was like, I tried to think about you sexily. It fell flat. And I said, I don't know why. You sexy. I had a dream about him the other day, actually. Him and a bunch of other guys. And it was like a variety. It was like, fucking, just like, here's a bunch of dudes. All fucking your type. But, like, all different melanins to them. It was just wild. Because they were all wearing... They were, and my best duder included, because he was in the dream. He was the only one I recognized, and man, he was looking good in that little leopard print speedo. Man, there's like 5 or 6 dudes just chilling in some speedos, and even in the dream, I was like, this is fucking weird. I'm like. Oh man, I don't fully remember what I said to him in the dream, but I was like, this is weird. Why are you guys all in Speedos? Who are they? He's like, it's a surprise. And then the dream went somewhere else. I just have like a little clip. And it's just like, dude. For one, I don't think my best duder would wear a Speedo. I mean, maybe he would. I don't know. I don't know him in that sort of way. You know what I mean? Like, any sportiness was us. That was like fucking decades ago. So I don't know what his spice is now. Like, he is somewhat of a demisexual. So that, I mean, it makes sense. Like, but I also was like, oh, I'm definitely not. I'm 100% sexual. Man, what you know you're medicated when the fucking slutty Cottontails are like, I'm so medicated I don't want to play into everything that you're saying, but they're also just like playing different things in my head, and yeah, I also know I should be stretching right now, but it's only 9:30. We got plenty of time. Making people dance in my head for a bit. Oh. here at 1:30. Get my rainbow from school. Oh my gosh, so... Whereas Wednesday morning, I was really glad that I got to see Toddy because it was going to be a long time before I would see the kitty cat, the neighborhood cat that I pet every so often. I saw Toddy this morning, and I was just like, "Oh, looking all fat and happy." And I gave them some pets, but bro, I should check my leg because they fucking use claws. They usually give me love bites, but this time they like full on grabbed my left leg. Left leg of all the legs. They grabbed it to get my attention. Like they were not sustained with the pets. They wanted more pets. They wanted to put their face on my legs and shoes more because gotta let every animal in every radius of me know this human is marked. And it's just a neighborhood cat. I know their name's Toddy because I checked their collar. I try to see every so often, but not like super awkwardly. I was like, are you a boy or a girl? And I still can't tell, because, you know, it could be a boy that's been snipped. I don't think so, though, because usually if it's a boy that's been snipped, they don't get aggressive with the claws like that. So I think Toddy's a girl. But I don't know. All I know is that, like, I have now experienced love bites and love claw hugs, and I'm just like, I'm owned by a neighborhood cat. Which is kind of nice, honestly. I don't have any pets, and I won't have any pets for a while. I'm kind of thinking about getting a fish, but I don't have money to have a pet, so I can think about a fish all I want to. It's another thing to actually have one. So it's nice to have a cat that, you know, wants my affection, get pets and stuff, but I was like super warm and it was wet outside and my brains are just mush. Like fucking robot Kottontale is just like, I got this, we got this. You always can kind of tell. I feel like my voice gets more monotoned when, I don't know. Oh, see, and I know it's true because I start to get a headache and they don't like me talking about them. You know, one thing they don't talk about when you're thinking about starting therapy and thinking about starting healing is that through the healing, you're going to start healing so much that things that you have repressed, that obviously you did not know that you repressed, are going to come back. And it's difficult. And then you start learning more and more about yourself, and then you become more aware about different things. And it's like, I'm starting to learn names and, you know, just different things, you know, and it's scary, but also awesome. Because, like, they're gonna be with me for my whole entire fucking life, and that's sometimes really nice to know that, like, I'm never alone, and then other times it's like, fuck, I'm never alone, and then sometimes it's like, why do I have to be this way? Why do I have to be the person who has to medicate all the fucking time? Like, why? Why me? But instead of saying, why me, I go, that's me. It's just me. And that's why I very much like to look at myself. Instead of just someone who is, you know, a disabled, stay-at-home mom, I like to look at myself as a mental and physical health advocate. You know, I myself deal with things physically and mentally, and it's important to take care of both simultaneously, and it can be really difficult. And I've been navigating it for a long fucking time. I'm gonna be 37 in effectively less than a week, because next Monday, before 6 a.m., I'll be 37. 37, baby! Oh, damn, I need to decorate the tree. Or this will be one of the first years that I've never had my festive tree decorated for my birthday. Interesting. We still got 6 days, 7 days. We still got 7 days. Well, 6 days, because I want it to be done before. Maybe I'll do it this weekend. Ooh, actually, yeah, I mean, I have fucking... Rainbow goes to her dad on the 6th. So I have the 7th, 8th, and 9th to do whatever. So we got plenty of time. Level up. Number 37. Level up. Level up. Level up. Level up. People be lurking. How you doing? Fucking 7. That just feels really wild because I have a lot of memories of my mom being 36, 37, and beyond. You know, so we're kind of getting to years that are really weird for me in just so many different ways. Okay, order of operations. Cash out Jaded Rose. This is Jaded Rose. Until I can afford to do 100% edible, aka gummies, because that's I found gummy edibles that work for me. Or tinctures. Flowers, just, you know, we can get an outlet. This ounce was it was less than $30, or a half ounce, not an ounce. But a half ounce is 14 grams, and that can be $140. You know, sometimes you can get a deal on it, and it'll be like $110, $120. But on average, a half is at least $100 or more. So for me to get it for a third of that is insane. You know, so, and flour gets to you quicker. A gummy has to have time to set. A gummy you have to chew, and like, even if I had gummies, I probably still would maybe have flour for emergencies, because like most days I wake up and I don't need medicine immediately. I could take my gummy and wait the fucking, 45 minutes to an hour and a half for it to settle in, and then every 4 hours eat some more gummies. Until I know I'm going to go to bed. I can't, it will keep me up. It's like coffee most of the time. But sometimes we need it immediately. Like this morning, I actually was really glad that Past Amber left a last hit in the bowl, because we needed that sort of like head veil in order for us to even prepare our first bowl of the day. And we put crumble on it. Every bowl's had crumble thus far, and we haven't coughed like a maniac like the other days. It was like I was dying. Yeah, I'm in robot mode, I can tell. That's, honestly, robot mom is what I like to call them, but it's robot Kottontale, and my heart hurts for even trying to talk about it, but she was one of the first ones I kind of sort of like saw coming about, and the reason I call her robot mom is because she came about when I became pregnant, and robot mom took care of me and Rainbow when I couldn't, and they're still taking care of me and Rainbow when I can't. And I mean, I can. See, my chest is hurting. Fuck. Oh, I wish chest pains on no one. I've been having chest pains since my early 20s. It feels like you're having a heart attack. You know what I mean? And then other people don't understand. Like, oh my god, do I need to take you to the doctor? I'm like, no, just having some chest pains. They're like, chest pains are bad. Does your arm hurt? And I have to be like, well, it does, but that's carpal tunnel related. I have been whisked to a urgent care many times. Many tests done. And they all always came back negative. And I finally had one person one time like, I don't want to assume anything, but have you ever considered that it could be something mental, not physical, causing the physical pain? And I go, mental can cause physical pain? They're like, oh, very much so. And they're like, have you... And then I kind of just like... Blah, and they were like, oh, okay. Well, we definitely want to go that route. We don't want to keep putting you through these physical things that are just going to exacerbate it. Her voice just instantly became like soothing and relaxing, because, universe forbid that you trigger the mentally challenged person. But that's what they get paid for. Medical, anybody, service individuals, police officers, all of them get paid to pay attention if you're sharing all that shit. So, like, when a cop puts in my numbers on my little ID card, you know, it always brings up, this is what she has, you know. Hence the reason I've had a police officer give me my marijuanas back that I bought off the street, told me to toke, don't worry about the smell, we're not coming back. And to please, and he looked me so deep in my eyes, he's like, please, please, please get your medical card. And I was like, I'm planning on. I'm like, it just costs money. He's like, I understand. And then he goes, but think about it. If you were to just save some of that you're paying for that and put it towards that. And he was right, you know. But it was just really, you know, I have that experience with a police officer. And Washington, Vancouver police officers, actually, which are like, they're infamous for just not being good cops. Man, even the good ones are just manipulators. But there was nothing about what that cop was doing that was manipulation. He wouldn't give me my weed back if that was the case. You know what I mean? And he definitely wouldn't tell me to smoke, you know, probably realizing, like, wow, this is going to affect her. Just kept apologizing, you know, apologized for all the false, you know, calls. Reassured me that they're going to go over and have a talk with the neighbor. You know, I don't know what they told him, but I'm glad whatever they told him, because the neighbor stopped acting a motherfucking fool. Yeah. It was a wild experience. And I mean, you know, they didn't even know I didn't need to toke, because for one, that was all I had, and like, that's why I was doing my physical activity, because physical activity is a great way to produce some of the things that marijuana helps my head produce. And then it also is such a distraction, you know. That's why I love Club Kottontale, because Club Kottontale does all of those things and then more, you know. But we do need to get more medicine in us.
I think we might be meeting you guys for the first time as well. I don't think I was there on the first one.
I don't think you were either. I think it was just your mom at first, or maybe my mom and your grandma. Yeah, her birthday with your mom and your grandma.
That's what it was. You guys were
Hello, Lurker. How you
By
doing?
the way, your grandma.
Hello.
Loved your grandma so much.
Oh, yeah.
She was the funniest person. She had the best lines on the whole show, I think.
Yeah, she was great. We always hear about it too. Like, you know, some of the stuff she would say, and it was just, you know, her too. Like, she wasn't speaking from lines. Like, you would, you know, sometimes the show would say, hey, can you mention this? And she would forget, and she would just blurt out other things, and we'd just start dying laughing.
It's so funny.
I feel like that shows on the show. I feel like it shows that she's just being her true self in this weird, unique situation, and you can tell she's not being fed a line or being insincere. You can tell that's a genuine her, and I think that's what I love about her.
Exactly. And a lot of people, everybody would always, you know, at the height of that show, people would come up if they recognized me from my mom, because they'd be like, she's so adorable, or something like that. We get that a lot.
Yeah, but I think after they came up, that they really embraced Hef and the situation, and were happy for Hef.
It was exactly, once they got to meet Hef, and, you know, obviously some of the staff, and see, not just, well, I mean, I guess it's different for you guys, but I guess what they saw was there's just going to be parties going on 24 hours a day. You know, they went up there, they met Hef, saw how nice he was, genuine, and then, you know, ultimately left the decision up to Kevin.
Yeah, but I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that your grandpa was not okay with the situation.
So he was, yeah, Bubba was, that's what we call him, Bubba. He was a little hesitant, you know, he was just like, I don't know about this. I mean, obviously, you know, he grew up in that generation, in that era when Playboy was really started and, you know, took off and all that kind of stuff. So he probably knew more about the business more than any of us. And so that's where he was like, no. But then, you know, I believe it was like, I think she moved up there and was up there, and he never went up to visit. I don't believe he ever went up to visit. But, you know, he saw
Bye, lurker.
Like when they meet, I sort of feel like the awkwardness there. We talked about it a little bit on the show. Like you can kind of feel there's like a little bit of tension or something.
Yeah. I mean, like, when he shook his hand, he wasn't like when you go to meet, when I went to meet him for the first time, I was like shaking. I was like, oh my god, like, this is the man, this is the guy, like, and obviously I've never met a celebrity before at that time, and so I was nervous and, excited to meet him and all that, and he was just like, he was genuine and polite to him, but he was like, I don't care.
Yeah, that's true. How old were you when we started filming the show? 2005, so that would have made you...
About 17.
Okay.
Yeah. So 17, because I think that's why originally, I think the first Halloween party, maybe midsummer party, I wasn't allowed because I wasn't 18 yet.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then right when I turned in September, I think that Halloween party was my first party.
That's amazing. That is so fun. I bet you were dying for that. You're like, I'm 18 now. Guess
All my friends were so chill. Well, I would bring friends, you guys saw it. I'd bring friends all the time, but, I always just brought one, and, but then when I would get back, people would always be like, how'd it go? What was it like? And you don't even have words for it. I mean, especially as you're a little boy, like, you have all your friends doing, like, house parties and in their garages and stuff like that, and here I am. Last weekend, I was at probably the most renowned party in the world, the party that I've ever been to. It's hard going from that to that.
Yeah, true. World.
Can we talk about my favorite game, June's Journey? June's Journey is a mobile game. It's a murder mystery. It's set in the 1920s. I thought it was a relaxing but also challenging. This is the most aesthetically pleasing game I've seen in a long time. It's beautiful to look at, and I love it. You guys know how much I love finding clues and uncovering a murder mystery. And you also know how much Holly and I love the roaring 20s and just old school glamour. It's June's job to discover the truth behind the unexplained death of her sister. This game is about a daring young woman, June, traveling to her sister's estate to uncover scandalous family secrets, mystery, danger, and romance. Where will each new chapter take you? You get to customize your very own luxurious estate island. You can let your imagination run wild when decorating your island estate, which you know I love. Build your very own island estate with expansive gardens and beautiful buildings. Select scraps of information to fill your photo album. What? Photo albums and scrapbooking? You know we love that. And learn more about each character. Chat and play against other players by joining a detective club. You will even get a chance to play a detective to put your skills to the test. I love playing this game anytime I have a little bit of downtime, but also when I'm traveling. It makes the time go by so much faster. Escape reality and immerse yourself in the world of June Parker. Can you crack the case? Download June's Journey for free today on iOS and Android.
Did you come up to the mansion before we started filming, or was it only after? Because I remember the show shows you coming up for Kendra's birthday. It's the year after they came up for the first time they met. But you must have come up in that year before we started filming, right?
I did, yeah, just a couple times. One of the first times I went up there was because Kendra's room was a mess. It was just messy. So we would come up and help her clean up sometimes, obviously see her, and then we'd be like, hey, let me clean up this room, like, this is, here I am with this,
Your room was clean compared to Kendra's room at the mansion.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's very true.
I'm assuming everyone at school knew. And
Oh yeah.
what did they say? Like what? Because we asked my sister this too, because it never occurred to me really like what she went through at school, knowing that her sister was on the show and lived at the mansion and stuff. And it was kind of interesting to hear what happened at school and what people say.
Oh yeah. So I became an instant, like, everybody wanted to talk to me and ask me questions. I mean, I'm not even talking about just students. I'm talking about faculty, teachers, whoever. Everybody knew.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had to answer a lot of questions. I did, I had a lot of people like going, oh my god, how was the party? How's the rock? That type of stuff. But then you got those other kids that like haters, and they would be like, coming up to me, oh, I saw your sister naked. So, yeah, I mean, I wanted in the beginning when I would hear that, I get it from a lot of people too. You just wanted to fight everybody, I would try and fight everybody, and but then you just learn to have thick skin. I mean, I'm sure you guys have gotten lives and careers of just haters just yelling at you and saying the stupidest things. You just have to build that thick skin and brush it off. But as a young kid, it's hard to do that. You just have to learn how to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. I'm curious, was there more guys coming up to you hoping that you would bring them to the mansion, or were there more girls that aspired to be in the magazine trying to reach out to you? Oh, wow.
Yeah, more girls had questions. Like guys, you know, they would, a lot of them obviously would come up, oh, is there sex happening all the mansion, the place, all times, and I'm just like, that type of stuff. But girls were like genuinely like, what's it like, and how is this, and then how do you get in the mansion, or how do you get into the mansion for a party? A couple girls at a later date, like when I was in college and stuff, they would be like, how do I get into the magazine? Any contact, that type of stuff. But yeah, it was mostly girls that would come up to me.
I thought so, because I just feel like it was so, especially once the show started, it was so popular, or is still so popular among females.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, I'd say
The Girls Next Door was like, so many women love it. Like, men like it. Like, okay, cool. Like, every guy that I've ever watched it was like, okay, cool, I'll watch it because, like, boobs, but they don't care about watching it. Like, it's females. Like, oh, man, we're obsessed with it.
that was my first impression. I was just like, what am I? Because, growing up, we went through a lot of tough times when I was younger, so I had never been in, like, a mansion before. I had never been around a celebrity before. And so, like, when I first pulled into this, talk to the room first. And then it's like, what are we doing here? Like, we're talking about rock. And then we go in and just sit in this place. I mean, it blew everything I thought of out of the water. I was just like, this is just bigger than my life. So this place is huge. I just that's my first impression of it.
Was it different than you thought it was going to be? Like, a lot of people think that there's, like, crazy parties going on all the time. Like you mentioned, sex going on in every corner, drug use, like, all kinds of craziness. And really, especially, like, during the week and the day, it's very just sort of, like, calm. The dogs are, like, the cutest thing in the place.
Exactly.
Or the peacocks.
Exactly. Yeah. I think one of my first times up there, I walked in the front door and we sat in the great hall and there was nobody around. Maybe I saw one of the staff and I was just like looking around. I was like, where's everybody? I was like, I thought this. Yeah, exactly. And then Kenner came down a little bit later and then I was just like, so what did you do when I did it? It's just like, this is it. This is mostly what it's about. Obviously, we have our fun times and stuff like that, but this is pretty much how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the echoing hallways.
Oh yeah. Totally. Yep.
And what were your thoughts on meeting Hef?
I was extremely nervous, extremely terrified. Obviously, I know Playboy Hef, but I didn't know his life. I didn't know what he's done, throughout like the course of history. I didn't know anything. Obviously, I didn't even do my research, which I should have done. But I just wanted to meet the man. I just wanted to see what he would be like towards me if I was just, the little brother or whatever. And when I first met him, he was just like, it's a pleasure to meet you. And I was like, oh, you said that to me? No, it's an honor to meet you. So, yeah, it was, my heart was many parties. Oh, and then I believe it was Kendra's 21st or second birthday or something like that. We went out to Masters, and so I remember, I think Hef always brought his food in, right? He always had his food brought in. And then I remember everybody looking at me all sideways because I always get my steak well done, but then I also asked for ketchup because I put ketchup on my steak, and I don't think they had it, but they sent somebody to go get it at like a store next door or something. It was like a little bottle. I do remember that, and we always laugh about that. I had to get my ketchup on my steak, and everybody's like, nah. I remember that though.
Okay.
I had Masters.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell the listeners in case you don't know. Mastro's is like a super high-end Beverly Hills, or there's one in Malibu too, steakhouse. So, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I've always heard that, and not for just for Mastro's, for any like high-end steakhouse, that if you ask for like steak sauce or any kind of seasoning for your steak, that the chef gets very offensive. So I can't imagine asking. Also a lot of people say that like you want to be able to actually taste the flavor of the meat, so getting it like super well done is like ruining the steak.
Yeah, and everybody points at us and they're like, well done, how dare you? And I'm like, look, you like your food the way you like your food. I like mine the way I like mine.
Totally, you're paying for it, or well, somebody's paying for it in your group. Enjoy it the way
Somebody
you want
is,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, enjoy it the way you want it.
Exactly. Yeah, there was we came up there a lot to help, clean up our room and do that type of stuff. We would always go out shopping, maybe like before one of the parties, like a costume store or whatever for the Halloween party, stuff like that.
Yeah, actually, talking about the parties is the next thing. Well, do you remember what the very first
Wash
party
my
you went
hands.
to?
Ow, fudge! Oh, I can't wait to get rid of this chair. It helps to stretch for things, but my ankles be hitting them bottom part. Ooh, actually, I think I have a great idea. Alright. I have a random pool noodle that hasn't been used for a pool, so we're gonna put this bitch.
So she had like Stanley's camera over. She talks about getting all new furniture, and I want to know, did the show help with that, or did she have to take that on all herself?
She did it herself. So for the entire time, we appeared on the listening store. We never asked for anything from them. We never paid for it. We never asked them to pay for anything. So we've always been pretty self-sufficient, and so it just kind of weird that it's like, hey, can you pay for our stuff for our house? But no, she went out and she did it. My mom did it herself. She got all the furniture herself. She did the cleaning stuff herself.
Yeah, that's crazy, because I thought, I bet the show helped with this, because all new furniture and the Stanley steamer is going to be like super expensive.
Right, looking back, we should have. Hey, Kevin.
Yeah, totally. And your mom was truly overwhelmed, especially when you came in with all your friends.
Oh yeah. Oh. So that was a school day, and I believe we ditched school maybe at the tail end of school, and because at school I was like, hey, Hef's coming over to you. Come to my house and say hi. And everyone's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, I swear, it is. And they were like, all right, let's go over there. And so it's just pulled up with so many. My mom didn't know, nobody knew.
Damn, Colin.
It's funny
That's
because
hilarious.
I remember that you came with some friends, but I didn't
Wow,
remember
are these
the
all
extent
even?
of it until I was watching the
Because I was
episode.
just measuring it for the chair. Damn, okay, it's smaller than those ones. But it came
Why did the whole school?
pretty close.
You know, oh man.
So we have a third one for whatever. Now we're gonna cut down the middle.
Say anything to me, I was like, whatever feels natural, just don't like tackle an effort.
The show is sponsored by BetterHelp. So, Holly, I'm sure with your kids, there's a lot of gift giving this holiday
Ouch.
season. Do you exchange gifts with anyone else?
I also exchange presents with my boyfriend, and I gotta get niece and nephew gifts as well, so that's always fun.
We exchange gifts on Nick's side of the family, but not with my personal family typically, although this year I am going to send them a few things. But whether or not your family gives gifts during the holidays, you get to define how you give to yourself. And the holidays are a great time to do that. So whether it's by starting therapy, going easier on yourself during the tough moments, or treating yourself to a day of complete rest, remember to give yourself some love this holiday season.
Therapy has helped me so much over the years. It's helped me from everything from time management to not taking things so personally to being able to handle and manage my own emotions. Therapy is amazing, and it isn't just for those who experience major trauma. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, and it's designed to be convenient, flexible, and it's suited to your schedule. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire.
Haha.
Licensed therapists and good speech therapists at any time for no additional charge. In the season of giving, give yourself what you need with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com.
Okay, I'm gonna put some tape on him.
today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/next.
But this worked out extremely well.
Okay, another question I have from that episode. There's a prom picture of Kendra and her ex is hanging in your bedroom, and I have to know, was that just hanging in there in your bedroom the whole time? I know it used to be Kendra's bedroom, or did they put that in there? I thought so. I totally thought so. I was like, wait, Colin
Okay.
don't want
Tape.
a picture of his sister and her ex-boyfriend in his room.
Oops. Yeah. Shit. Oh, come on. Oh, my little floofy jacket got caught on the door frame. Tape. Fucking protecting my ankles, man. Because the chair is good for stretching and for the most part sitting. But man, it fucking wrecks my ankles on a freaking daily basis sometimes. But at least once a week.
And then there were some that were upset. And what did your friends listen? Yeah. What did your friends think about meeting Pep? What would they say afterward?
Cut it down just a smidgen.
I have something cool or that I can share with other people, I want them to experience something that they typically would never be able to do. Like, they would have never been able to have out what's happening, or, I mean, I don't care if they care about me, but, like, getting to say now for the rest of their life that they met F, and, you know, got to meet them, take a photo with them, whatever. Like, that's just a life experience that I think being able to share with other people is unbelievable. That's why we brought people to the parties, too.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, we went to the party and get a chance to say party to the mansion. Like, no, not a lot of people in this world can ever say that.
What did the neighbors say?
Oh, when they saw that giant little bus pull up, so many people came out and were like, what in the world is happening here? Luckily, we knew a couple of neighbors, and we already told them what was going to happen. Like, hey, plan accordingly. But other ones definitely came out, and they were wondering, like, to happened, and then because some of them, we never walked around and said, oh, I never walked around and said my sister's living in Blue Mansion, blah blah blah. So what's happening? And it's like, oh, and then you have to explain yourself. You have to go, my sister, she has a TV, she's on TV.
I remember somebody came over and they gave us like custom charger hats. They spray painted like our names on it.
Yeah, it was a friend of mine who airbrushing. Remember airbrushing back in the day? Oh yeah. I was just looking back at that. It's just insane. Airbrushing used to be a thing in some kind of the fall, and I always got a bunch of stuff airbrushed, and I became friends with them. And I told them, what's going on. And he was like, oh, can I airbrush some stuff for them and bring it over and give it to them? I was like, yeah, for sure. Not without even asking anybody. I was like, yeah, definitely. Cool, yeah, come on over.
Oh no, we loved them.
Yeah. I think you guys took a photo with them, and for years after that, I think number one, it's still on his Facebook, and number two, I think for years after that, he printed out the photo of you guys and had it at his booth.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I was curious, what was your relationship like with Kendra back then? Like, were you guys super close? And actually, I want to take it back even further. Like, what was it like before she came to the mansion and then at the mansion?
Yeah. So we were, I was always a little brother. Like, she would always, because we went, at one point, she was a senior in high school, I was a freshman, so we were actually at the same high school. And even though, at that age, she's the cool, popular kid, or, whatever, and I was just a freshman, she didn't never talk to me, like, at school, but I knew she was looking out over me. I knew, she had senior guys that would always, like, if I ever had problems, like, they would, in a heartbeat, step in. So she would always look out for me. But even outside of school, we were close as a brother-sister, but not, like, a super, super, super close bond. Like, we wouldn't, like, go to the movies together or anything like that. But she drove me to school every day, so that was our bonding time, pretty much, to school and from school. And then as the years grew on, we kind of separated a little bit, and then all of a sudden, she went to the mansion.
So tell us what Kendra was like before the show. Like, just, like, explain her to us.
Yeah, so Kendra, she was a little bit of a rebel growing up. She loved, how do I put this, defying authority, as we all did. But yeah, she was definitely, I'd label her as a rebel back in the day. She did what she wanted when she wanted, and I think doing that though, like, kind of built her into the woman she is today. She realized, she went through that phase and then got out of that phase. But yeah, like, she was definitely, I think it was mentioned many times, there were some times at a younger age, she got some trouble. But I think, when you get in trouble at a younger age, I think it really builds your character for your future self.
How would you say that she changed or didn't during the show and living at the mansion?
So when she first started filming, I'd say, she was so still, like, starstruck, not starstruck, but like this, the camera people are telling me to do this and that. I don't, like, this is weird. Like, they're kind of like telling us to do, to film this or to say that during filming, and kind of like just a little weirded out by the whole thing. She was just like, this is just really weird. It's supposed to be reality, but it's kind of not. But it is, but it isn't. And then she just kind of grew into that character. She would just be like, all right, I already know what you guys want. I know what you guys want from me. So she definitely had a separation between her show, the show Kendra, and real life Kendra. There, a lot of it mixed, don't get me wrong. She was like that in real life too, but some of the stuff she did on camera was just to appease the crew and the show and all that kind of stuff.
What was she like after the show and her spin-offs? Do you think did it change from there?
Oh yeah, well yeah, because it went from, obviously, Girls Next Door was like young Kendra, wild, crazy, all that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden on the spin-off shows, it turned into like family, motherhood, all that. But then they would try and throw in a splash of party, crazy, just to keep it, entertaining, because, nobody wants to just see it like a stagnant, boring person just sit there and watch TV. You know what I mean? So they would be like, hey, go do that, go do this. But yeah, she definitely turned from crazy partier to much more subtle, much more family oriented, raising little Hank and Elijah.
How is it being an uncle?
It's great. Yeah. I know. Yeah, little Hank, they're projecting him to be a big boy, so.
Yeah, I bet he's pretty tall.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for him to be in a sports league soon.
Yeah.
What's your relationship like with Kendra now?
It's okay. You know, obviously the show portrays some reality on a little bit of, you know, difficulties between my mom and her, and then myself and her. You know, one thing that kind of built a little tension was, I don't know if you guys ever watched her other show, but, you know, she brought my dad back into the picture, who I don't personally respect. I don't like him. I don't respect him. I wanted nothing to do with him. And I think he just came back to be on that show, you know, on her show. And that's where, but with that being said, it's her life. She can do whatever she wants, like as far as rekindling anything she wants with him. I have no problems with that. But then the show wanted me to...
I wish I would have done it like ages ago. So, the fucking... My chair is one of those, like... It's really sturdy because usually these style of chairs collapse on themselves. But it's shaped where the legs go down, hit the ground, come back, and then come back here. And there's a big opening. That's why you can kind of like rock in it. I do my best to not do that because I know that's how they break. But it's metal, like super fucking metal. And every time I'd hit my ankle on the bottom. So I took my fucking blue pool noodle and taped them on it. I didn't like there's, you know, for example, there's a seam because this is a complete circle. Some of the seam is a little bit open because I just put tape in 3 parts, you know, at the bottom, at the top, and in the middle. It doesn't need tons of tape because it's just on there to protect my ankles from being hit, and I sat here and kind of bonked my ankles on it, and it's stupendous. No fucking pain. I'm so fucking happy about that. Yeah, man. I think Rainbow's gonna like it too. Hopefully she doesn't pick at them. I'm hoping me giving her all of these little pieces, like, and I think that's what we're gonna do, is I'm gonna do a little project with her where we are gonna glue these all back together. So we're gonna, you know, take time to cut it up and then put it all back together. She'll really enjoy that. Fuck, I'll really enjoy it. Put that over there. I'm just glad my ankles aren't gonna get hit no more, man. I'm so tired of my ankles getting whacked. I already got weak, fucking fucked up ankles and joints. I don't need giant, like, these metal bars are bent and created to keep 300 pounds in it completely upright. Like, it doesn't collapse on itself. Like, this chair is sturdy as fuck. I love this chair. But I just don't like how it would constantly hit my ankle. But now it's like, for one, I love blue. So, you know, that's pretty. And I just keep thinking, like, I could put stickers on it. Like, oh yeah, I'm about to, if I really wanted to make it, you know, inconspicuous, I could get black, you know. I might even eventually get purple, just so it, like, blends in a little better. But blue used to be my second favorite color until green pushed it down the ladder, so yeah, this is nice. And I mean, I guess in all actuality, if I really had wanted to, I could have used this blue one as my, because I have boots that are tall, and I actually have purple poo noodles in those. I cut one in half and put it inside them to keep them standing upright. So I could have done purple if I really wanted to. But now that I think about it, I kind of like the blue too, because my little mats are blue and black. So, like, my chair is blue and black, and I use my chair for my fitness, and my mats are blue and black. That's, oh man, that's satisfying. Fuck. I'm just so happy my ankles aren't going to get whacked anymore. But yeah, hello motherfuckers, and welcome to my Club of Kottontales. You know, we just really have lurkers chilling. Had a person just pop in, pop out just now. But hello and welcome to my Club of Kottontales. You sort of should leave any preconceived notion of what a live stream is at the door when you get here, because this is not a live stream. Is that technically what it is? Yes, but this is live content. Live contentry. I make random content, and I have for over 7 years now. It's been a quite moist near decade. It's wild to think that next July, July 14th, 2024 will be 8 years of Mooiisstt Motherfucker. That's insanity. But yeah, I make my content as just a way to help myself mentally and physically while being 100% myself, you know? I was chilling and token and hit my ankles for what feels like the millionth time on the bottom of my chair, so I took a moment and trimmed down a pool noodle and fixed it all up. Dude, even just to add to it, this is blue. It kind of looks like white right now, but you can see the blue in my hand. So this is blue and this is black. So like, I'm digging how like all my fitness equipment is blue and black for the most part. As I look over at my, oh shit, everything is my favorite colors. Because I have pink, like a pinkish purple little hand weights, and then my current leg bands are purple and green. This is satisfying as fuck. You know, hopefully I actually get someone to come chill and chat with me, but here after I finish this toke, we're gonna, and maybe even during this toke, we're gonna start getting our stretch on. Just wanna have a toke. We're coming up on 420 somewhere. Flexing love, blowing out some smoke. Letting you know this motherfucker's gonna toke. Dude, a poo noodle fits perfectly on my finger like a ring, on the middle finger. I should try to remember that. My right hand, it's a little big. That's funny. Cheers, happy 420 somewhere. It's 10:20 a.m. So good motherfucking morning from me to you. But of course, good afternoon and good evening to all the deliciously moist cocktails around the world. Remember to stretch and love yourself every day. Ah, bullseye. And then I cocked the bottle as it might try to drop. Yeah, boy.
guess on the way out, he also showed Hank, took my dad some champagne a couple times, and Hank was just like, hey, do not put your hands on me. Like, Will, like, do not put your hands on me. And so I don't really know the relationship anymore. I have one, but the show's over, so we probably might want to talk about yeah, so anyway, so that was just, when they were trying to play, it was just like, I really he's around, he's around, so it just kind of like made me mad and irritated, but no, it's what it is.
Oh man, that's satisfying. So I lifted the little pool noodles up a bit so they wouldn't drag on the floor.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do this, but they are the perfect height to put my mats underneath. This is so fucking satisfying. Like, I have perfected my home gym. This is fantastic. I know, right, Boo Bear? Aw.
I can't remember when this happened, but it was pretty recent. And so we were talking and things and some dates and stuff. So, but yeah, she's fine. You know, she's good now. But yeah, she had a panic attack. Not as much as I would like to. Yeah, so we you know, I after, once COVID hit, I kind of just like set my own mind to like, all right, I have this new job, I'm working with Sony, and I was like, I just want to focus on this. Obviously, it's not a good thing to show people out of your life, but I was doing a little bit of depression stage right before COVID, so like, I was like, all right, I need to like really focus on myself, I need to get myself back on track where I can go and be the good person that I want to be. So I take the blame of not being there before. But yeah, so I'd like to see her a little bit more than I actually do. My mom is doing well. She's retired now. So she's a little bored, but she's she's having fun. Like she's went out bike riding, enjoying the weather. But no, she's doing really well. Obviously we lost my grandma back in 2016. So that obviously that hurt. But I think one good thing is that I'm getting a little closer to my brother, my uncle. So because we were always, I think you guys met around Vegas. We used to do that with Palms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's retired also now, and he comes out to visit pretty often. And they've actually rekindled their relationship a little bit. They were a little like on the rocks a little bit, but they've rekindled, and so that's good to see. Also, like have a very big family. It's just good to and my mom, my uncle, pretty much on the west coast, and then there's aunts and uncles and cousins on the east, but the immediate family is just us. So
But didn't your grandfather pass away too prior to your grandma, right?
yeah, he died in 08. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was still when we were at the mansion, or like right around then. Yeah. So I still
Yeah,
remember that.
he passed away in 08, and then my grandma 16. Yep.
You know what's crazy? I don't know if you remember my grandma from like the Mother's Day show when we had like my mom and my grandma and Kendra's mom and grandma and Mary, and we all took up to like the spa tub. My grandmother is still alive. She's 104 and she'll be 105 in March. She makes
104. Wow.
she's totally fine. Like there's nothing wrong with her health wise. And she's like a little bit like she doesn't know where she is all the time. Like mentally, she maybe has a different life going on.
Physically?
But physically, she's totally fine. Nothing wrong with her.
That's awesome.
That's the record for like longest living person.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's so crazy. Well, since it's the holidays, we wanted to ask you, like, what were the holidays like as a kid?
Holidays were, I guess they were pretty standard. Standard household. My mom, so when, obviously, my dad left my mom, she was trying to make ends meet by herself after my grandma and grandpa moved out. They moved into the house obviously next door. And they were able to help out as much as they can. So, our Christmases and stuff like that, they would come over, help with presents and all that kind of stuff. But, it was pretty standard, holidays as far as, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that. Nothing too wild, nothing too crazy. It's just, experience it like this with multiple people, just just in a cheerful manner.
So festive at the mansion. Stevie were or was so festive, and it was like just a very special feeling.
Oh, yeah, I love it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Storm season is coming to Newport Orchard. Plan your trip to catch King Tides, the highest and most spectacular winter tides. 10 kilometers of spectacular show. See the white-capped King Tides swirl, cream against a backdrop of ominous black clouds, while enjoying an amazing seafood meal. Moreover, drinks and snacks at one of the many beachfront restaurants. Discover Newport. Your adventure starts here. Start your visit today at discovernewport.com. That's discovernewport.com.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not work our new insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Did you go back up to the mansion after we left? Like, were you still able to go back up there at all?
Yes. I went to a few parties, I think. One of them was, it was a Halloween party. I think maybe I went to one midsummer, one Halloween, but I'll never forget because I think Kendra and Hank got a cabana next to, I think this was when, it wasn't the Karma Foundation to go to the parties and have to themselves or anything.
Yeah, the parties were
Oh yeah, they were way different. So I was like, I didn't try and go to all of them like I did, obviously. Everybody was there, but I'll never forget one of them. Kendra got a cabana next to the Hatch cabana. And it was like a platform. And then it was like an hour into it, Kendra walked up to me. She's like, hey, we're leaving. And her and Hank were leaving. And she's like, the cabana's going over. So I was like, what? So I grabbed my buddy and I brought him over. And there was a couple of like half-empty bottles. And there's people all looking up at you because we're right next to the Hatch cabana. And the waitress girl comes over, and I was like, oh, is it just the rest of these and then we're done? She's like, no. She lifted up the sheet, and under the table, it was sponsored by Ciroc, so like, Diddy was there before me, I guess. So there was just nothing but bottles under there, so the whole rest of the night, I was just pouring bottles in people's mouth, like, it was a blast. So I think that was the last party we shooted up.
I was at that party.
Were you? Oh, okay, I did have bottles.
Nick and I.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, man, that was a good one to go out on.
Oh, wait, I forgot to ask a question about the holidays. Do you guys still get together for the holidays now?
We haven't lately. Again, I think that's mostly because of me. I think I'm away and I came back and COVID happened. Like it's something that we're trying to get better at doing. And obviously, the kids too. We want to make sure we see the kids, but sometimes the kids go with Hank, sometimes they go with Kendra, so it depends on the holidays. We want to make sure we try and time it to all get together. But yeah, that's something that I would like to do a lot more than we have lately, for sure.
Yeah, is Hank pretty involved in the kids' lives?
Oh yeah. Hank, he calls us pretty often as well, and because we're obviously his parents too, and we're awesome. So we try and call him, he calls us, and we check in with his family. But yeah, he's right there. Hank wise, he's a great dad. He's doing everything he can as a father. So.
trying to pull the strings?
No, I don't remember a whole lot. I think they set up something, I think maybe the night before the rehearsal. Was it we did something at Western or something, like for
Yeah, we
maybe
also
for
got,
like a rehearsal dinner or something.
yeah, I remember that. We took like a bus. We like, met at that school, like a tree steady.
Yep. Yeah, so I remember that. I think they might have set that up. Yeah.
And then the thing, I was remembering, it was like an hour late. Do you remember?
I think I remember that. No shocker there, but yeah.
It was like crazy amount late. Like I almost like was gonna go home because I was like, this is happening. Like we're not going.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Why are you so late?
Yeah, it was crazy amount late.
Yeah. So I think the show, they had something to do with that. I don't know exactly how much they had to do with like the actual wedding. Like I don't know if they planned it or like if she hired the wedding planner or the show did it for her. I don't know about
I'm
that.
not sure either. I just remember Kevin saying that he bought a lot of things free, like all the flowers and stuff.
Oh, I bet.
Featuring the flower guy on the show, and like I forget what else he mentioned, but there were several people like I practically got that wedding for free for her.
Yep, and he was always good at that. You know, like, hey, in broadcasting business, out millions of people who better do this, whatever, for free.
Yeah, totally. I mean, why not? It does give good publicity.
Right? Exactly.
So Kevin has been on from the Girls Next Door. Were you involved in that too much? I know we talked about like you being his dad and stuff like that, but how much were you involved in that?
So, I was like a carry here and there, kind of like on Girls Next Door in the first like couple seasons. I think it went from like E to maybe that was an E or something like that. Anyway, and I think it went from like Kendra on top to Kendra or vice versa or whatever. It's starting to all blend together now. But so I was in the beginning. I was popping up here and there for episodes. And the last season that you went from there, that was the episode. Like that was the season I was on it. That was the season where they were like, we want to build up this whole drama of you and your dad and your mom and your dad and all that. And then at the very end, she's doing her play, and you guys, run it or whatever. I was just like, oh, so I was on it a pretty good amount of time that season. That was my first season. My first season where I actually was like doing a lot of interviews that they actually aired. Because I did a lot of interviews that they never aired. Some of them just entertaining guy, I'm not good at that stuff, but yeah, that last season, that was the season where, I told Kevin, I was just like, look, like, I said, I don't know what's gonna happen, we might get a good TV show when I do it, and so that's when he banged for it, and it had some drama.
Well, that's curious. What did your mom think about Kendra reuniting with him?
I mean, obviously she was upset too. She knows more than, obviously, I would, and Kevin would, exactly what he did to her, and how he left her with 2 kids, no way to pay all the bills, but these 2 kids, never pay child support, all this stuff. And, she was just, she was hurt because she actually started bringing back the feelings from back in the day. She went through this agonizing pain and bleeding, and now it's being brought back, just to be put on display on the TV show. also, which created a little bit of a risk. However, I think that it actually did help a little bit. Like, they actually did get a little bit closer because they were like walking in the house together. So I definitely think that if that as fake as it was, whatever you want to call it, I think it actually had a little bit of stuff like that helped. One time they called me and they wanted me to go up there. I guess there was an episode of like family members. actually, I forget the account. Obviously, the triathlon just went out to shoot and start parking at UCLA. Yeah, I mean, like, maybe just, I guess I wish we could brought a bunch of people, maybe just, like, play basketball on the court, or, I don't know, something, you know, done something like that. I mean, yeah, because I can't do outside of that, personally.
Okay, what did you love the most about Princeton?
Parties. I mean, there's no way around that. The parties were just, I mean, it was unbelievable. Just being able to party amongst the people that I need. You know, I look back and I, like, Donald Trump, he was at least one of the parties. Like, I could say, like, I partied with the president in Tech Nations. Like, I don't know, I mean, you know what I mean? You know, like, Diddy and, like, all these athletes that would come by. Like, I would know who the athletes are, and a lot of people wouldn't, but I'm super into sports, so, like, I would see, like, Reggie Bush, and be like, shit, that's Reggie Bush, and I'm like, that's cool. And then, just sitting there, friends with some of the, singers and stuff like that, like, I think Sean Kingston performed every year, and, I was kicking it with him, and, you know, partying with him a little bit, Chris Tanya, obviously, was always there, but it was just really cool, you know, but Too Short, that was truly the just moment that I look back with it.
Part of the time we didn't even have phones, and then it was just like a flip, you know, trying to text, and then even at the end we had Blackberries, which still, looking back on the technology, it's like,
Exactly. Yeah. I have a little, like, video thing that I took to one of the parties, and I still have the videos. I posted it on my Instagram the other day. But it was like, Shaq was at one of the parties, and I was like, oh, that's Shaq, we did it. Yeah, it was just fun. You know, sometimes I wish I had the video, but then other people, it's a good thing. All those right up there.
Thank you so much for doing this. This is so much fun to catch up.
Yeah, no, it was great. Thank you for having me.
I love you. This interview.
Yeah, good. It's awesome. It's good to see you guys. Thank you for having me. Yeah, me too.
Have a good night, guys.
Yes. Have a good night. Happy holidays.
It was so great catching up with Colin and Bridget and I have a lot of takeaways from the interview. We're going to discuss those more on our Patreon. If you want to find our Patreon, it's at patreon.com/girlsnextlevel.
but we're so excited. Our new merch line is up and ready to go. Go to www.girlsnextlevel.shop and check it out. Crew necks, hoodies, cropped hoodies, stickers, bugs, hats, and so much more. And for our level up Patreon members, don't forget we have a special discount code for you guys, so check that out on our Patreon.
Brady Deal Starter, kid for hire. Save on great gifts for everyone. And pajamas for the whole family, including now. Enjoy anything small or other team coat for an ex girl instead of getting another throw on right to
Oh, that worked. Yeah. Jada Rose, Choke, and happened. That's disappointing and actually extremely surprising.
Decisions about my issues, boosted by financial
machine. Yeah, and he said he on the version of the company. It's me. You love it how I move you. You love it how I touch you, my one. When all is said and done, you believe God is a woman, and I feel it after midnight. A feeling that you can't fight, my one. It lingers when we're done. You believe God is a woman. I tell you all the things you should know. So baby, take my hand, say this so we can make it last, take it slow. And I can tell that you know I know how I want it. That you're different from the rest. And boy, if you confess, you might get blessed. See if you deserve what comes next. I'm telling you the way I like it, how I want it. Yeah, and I could be all the things you told me not to be. Yeah, when you try to come for me, I keep on flourishing. Yeah, and he's the universe when I'm the company. It's me. You love it how I move you. You love it how I touch you, my one. When all is said and done, you believe God is a woman, and I feel it after midnight. A feeling that you can't fight, my one. It lingers when we're done. You believe God is a woman. God is a woman. Yeah, yeah. God is a woman. My one. When all is said and done, you believe God is a woman. God is a woman. It lingers when we're done. You believe God is a woman.
Shoulders are waking up. Ooh, okay.
I got it. I want it. You love to have. 'Cause I don't keep in touch. Everybody living. 你可以亲吻我的戒指，但不能碰我皇冠。我一天当中只有梳妆打扮，时才慌乱。穿我的新衣，希望每一天有不同的惊喜。穿我的新衣，从来不敷衍，但扮得惊喜。穿我的新衣，希望每一天有不同的惊喜。穿我的新衣，从来不敷衍，但扮得惊喜。Look at me，从上到下，就哪怕小的细节一样美到爆炸。带上勾芡，节奏太过抽象，嫉妒的也只能在网上叫骂声。一旦女王出现，快点都给我让开！我从来不带眼看他们设下的障碍，一换来换去怎么办？一选择头疼，这里好心情，在台下有门，女王的心意，耀眼的星星，时尚的基因搭配什么？看我的心情。你可以亲吻我的戒指，但不能碰我皇冠。我一天当中只有梳妆打扮，时才慌乱。穿我的新衣，希望每一天有不同的惊喜。穿我的新衣，从来不敷衍，但扮得惊喜。穿我的新衣，希望每一天有不同的惊喜。穿我的新衣，从来不敷衍，但扮得惊喜。心高气
传人，老子人就是明白他们人是胎神。我的身份有点贵，还不听绳子，走到街上就看1000台进口奔驰。我来自成都，是成都的恩赐，你听到的不光音乐是梦，还有真实。没有谁看到我表现的就抢过生日，弟娃喜把我当偶像，喜欢我的梗子，还有哥哥姐姐叔叔阿姨都是粉丝，欣赏不来是梦，别把年龄就该生日。
穿我的新衣，希望每一天有不同的惊喜。穿我的新衣，从来不敷衍，要扮到惊喜。穿我的新衣，希望每一天有不同的惊喜。穿我的新衣，从来不敷衍，要扮到惊喜。Look at me， 眼化妆都花了，喷上爱的香水，否则不可能出发的。哪个女生不爱美？时尚我满写8个你爱的那个 bad boy 都想与我有瓜葛，多少 hater 他们把我视为眼中钉，当嫉妒从你心里爬到脸中心，做自己就是你，做个最时尚的新人，打扮漂亮的出门，要坚持这种精神，让我出现每一眼都惊艳，讨厌肤浅，给我捡起偏见，忽近忽远，做个谦虚小心愿，要更酷炫，每一天都更鲜艳。穿我的新衣，希望每一天有不同的惊喜。穿我的新衣，从来不敷衍，要扮到惊喜。穿我的新衣，希望每一天有不同的惊喜。穿我的新衣，从来不敷衍，要扮到惊喜。你可以亲吻我的戒指，但不能碰我皇冠。我一天当中只有梳妆打扮。哎，Miss Let's kill this love. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ram pa 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 pa. Let's kill this love. Hey, I'm in district in the chain. You.
Always look on the bright side of life.
여기 nothing.
Rock your body.
여기 nothing to you. 하루는 원하지 않아. Hey, I 지금 하늘 구름색은 트로피카에 저 태양 빨간 빛이 두물 같아 어쩌니 I'm the only one like I fancy you I fancy you fancy you Strangers 그래
we just talk. Had the time of my life, and I never felt this way before. And I swear this is true, and I owe it all to
Never felt this way before, and I swear this is true, and I owe it all to you. Dirty bit.
Had the time of my life, and I never felt this way before. And I swear this is true, and I owe it all to you.
Oh, I had the time of my life, and I never felt this way before. And I swear this is true, and I owe it all to you.
Dirty bit. Dirty bit. I came up in here to rock, light a fire, make it hot. I don't wanna take no pictures, I just wanna take some. So come on, let's go. Let's lose control. Let's do it all night till we can't do it no more. Keep on rocking to the sound, turn it up and watch it pound. We gon' rock it to the top until the roof come burning down. Yeah, it's hot in her. The temperature has got these ladies getting freaky.
I got freaky, freaky, baby. I was chillin' with my ladies. I didn't come to get bougie, I came here to get crazy. I was born to get wild, that's my style. If you didn't know that, well, baby, now you know now. 'Cause I'm having a good time with you, I'm telling you.
I had the time of my life, and I never felt this way before. And I swear this is true, and I owe it all to you.
Oh, I had the time of my life, and I never felt this way before. And I swear this is true, and I owe it all to you.
Dirty bit. Dirty bit.
All these girls, they like my swagger, they calling me Mick Jagger. I be rolling like a stone jet, set a jet lagger. We ain't messing with no maggots, messing with the baddest chicks in the club. Honey, what's up? Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the baddest of them all? Yeah, it's gotta be the Apple, I'm the Mac. Daddy, y'all haters better step back. Ladies,
Download your app.
I'm the party application rocking just like that.
This is International Big Mega Radio Smasher.
'Cause I'm having a good time with you, I'm telling you. I had the time of my life, and I never felt this way before. And I swear this is true, and I owe it all to you.
Oh, I had the time of my life, and I never felt this way before. And I swear this is true, and I owe it all to you.
Dirty bit.
Yes. more song, maybe two. My arms are starting to get that good burn going. I want to stop kind of, really, I never really wanted to start, so all of this is a fucking compliment. No. I just want to play the song, bitch. We got about 30 minutes of morning left, at least for me. So good motherfucking morning from me to you, but good afternoon, good evening to all around the world. We're getting our calisthenics with Cuntent on, getting our sweat on. We are 7 days away from level 37. That's wild. Like, literally next Monday is my birthday. So since I can't afford to give my photographer money yet, I'm hoping with Christmas money, I'll be able to give her some moonies. But really, knowing her, she don't care. You know what I mean? The little nug that I give her with all the chocolate, she'll be more than happy with that. And I'm gonna have my daughter pick all the chocolates out, so it's gonna be like a little extra thing for me.
Tus amigas que andamos ready. Esto lo seguimos en el after party. ¿Cómo te llamas, baby? Desde que te vi supe que eras pa' mí. Dile a tus amigas que andamos ready. Esto lo seguimos en el after party. Con calma, yo quiero ver cómo ella lo menea. Mueve ese boom boom girl. Es una asesina cuando baila, quiere que todo el mundo la vea. I like your boom boom girl. Con calma, yo quiero ver cómo ella lo menea. Mueve ese boom boom girl. Tiene adrenalina, mete la pista, vente, hazme lo que sea. I like you boom boom girl. Hey, ya vi que estás solita, acompáñame. La noche de nosotros tú lo sabes. Que gana me dam dam dam. Ese ram pam pam yeah. Esa criminal como lo mueve es un delito. Tengo que arrestarte porque pienso y no me quito. Tienes criminality pero te doy fatality. Vivete la película flotando en mi gravity. Daddy pone la regla, tiene que obedecer. Mami no tiene pausa, ¿qué es lo que vas a hacer? Échale, échale, échale para atrás. Échale, échale para adelante. Con calma, yo quiero ver cómo ella lo menea. Mueve ese boom boom girl. Es una asesina cuando baila, quiere que todo el mundo la vea. I like your boom boom girl. Con calma, yo quiero ver cómo ella lo menea. Mueve ese boom boom girl. Tiene adrenalina, mete la pista, vente, hazme lo que sea. I like your boom boom girl. Tú tienes candela y yo tengo la vela. Llama 911, se está quemando la suela. Me daña cuando la faldita esa me la modela. Mami, estás enferma, pero tu show no lo cancela. Te llaman a ti, la reina de party. No te satungas en ese party. Tira tu paso, no pares. Oh, dale, dale. Somos los bandidos de la ley y romance. Y zúmbale, DJ, otra vez pa' que lance. Échale, échale, échale pa' atrás. Échale, échale pa' adelante. Con calma, yo quiero ver cómo ella lo menea. Mueve ese boom boom girl. Es una asesina cuando baila, quiere que todo el mundo la vea. I like your boom boom girl. Con calma, yo quiero ver cómo ella lo menea. Mueve ese boom boom girl. Tiene adrenalina, mete la pista, vente, hazme lo que sea. I like your boom boom girl.
Come with a nice young lady, intelligent, yes, she Jacqueline and Ari. Everywhere me go, me never left her at all. You say that me stole me at the Ram Dance Man. Ram it in a dance hall in a nation. You never know, say that me stole me at the Boom Shop. I take my never lay down flat in a one cardboard box. You say that me Yankee, I go reaching at the top. So
Calma, yo quiero ver cómo ella lo menea. Mueve ese boom boom girl. Es una asesina cuando baila, quiere que todo el mundo la vea. I like your boom boom girl. Con
Mama, you know, say that me stole me, I go blame. I like you, boom boom girl. Take the man that say that me stole me. A girl down the lane. I
perfection, like literal. I always like to do 100 calorie burns or 15 to 20 minutes, or both. We did both. Over 100 calories burned. Got a nice little 69 in there. Nice. And 1759 is like pretty square with in between 15 to 20, so that is moist as fuck. I'm gonna drink some water because my throat is currently dry as fuck. Oh. Even though we're not gonna do any more sort of like cardio arms, I am gonna do some band arms after I stretch my legs a little bit. And then after we're done with the bands, we will be doing a cool down. I have about, let's see, it's 12:30, 1:30. I have about 2 hours before I gotta leave to go get Rainbow. Got my socks and shoes all ready and waiting. Sweet. Check my email and I had a dope fucking email from Walgreens. Alright. So apparently nature is calling, so I'll be right back. jaded rose toast that we had sparked earlier. Yes. Burn. Where's that? And officially, we be done with the Kalisthenics. Oh, yep. Ooh. That last one extra burned. Well, it doesn't seem like we have anybody even lurking or watching incognitally, so I'm probably just gonna listen to podcasts, maybe music, I don't know. Or maybe we won't even finish the post-sweat toke sesh here. Who knows? No, I'm gonna at least take one more hit skis before we officially end. But, you know, thank you to anyone who has, throughout the meeting, lurked, twerked, walked incognitally, which I appreciate. You know, means you're here right now, you're just not putting the number, which causes anxiety. But yeah, or you're watching it later on as posted content. Regardless of when or why you watch my contentery, I thank you for it. So, with that, cheers. We have 9 minutes to noon. I'm gonna take my medicine now. Just dismiss my noon alarm to take my medicine. Water right in front of me. Great way to start the week off, because Sunday I don't do a calisthenics, but Monday through Saturday I do. So, good start to the week. My arms are killing me. My legs are killing me for a variety of reasons, but I did, you know, walk my daughter to school, then walk back home, come down the stairs, which I had to go up the stairs, and then we essentially go up and down the stairs 4 times, and then do equivalent about a 2-hour walk. Two 1-hour walks. Because it takes about 30 minutes to get there and about 30 minutes back. Sometimes a little bit less, but... And then there's times where I have to kind of rush myself and we get there in 15-16 minutes, but my fucking hips and knees are just completely achy, and then I usually have to, like, limp the way back home. Like today, I went up and down the stairs using both of my legs, and I'm hoping that, like, hoping that wasn't a mistake, you know what I mean? Oh yeah. Cheers to anyone that happens to be here. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Remember, we always make our own magic and bring it into the world. I know my magic is deliciously moist. And 100% mine. Cheers. Well, until next time, and always, please remember to be kind to yourself and everyone else. And we'll see you next time. Bye.